Good day to you, good evening, wherever you are, good afternoon or good morning. I think it's all about the time you are in your location. Thank you. I appreciate you guys always, as always. This evening, I've decided to use my normal background to broadcast, you know, so that I can use it as a means of differentiating the part one and part two of this particular narrative in this broadcast. Thank you for joining. My name is Kelechi Ambrose, and we have been doing justice to the topic, the main reason why MAZI and KANU is still in dungeon, the KG dingy dungeon of the enemies, and why we are not yet free. And the reason why these things are, I told us in the morning, is because of our complicity, our behavior, and our actions. But this evening, I'm going to be doing some further buttressing of this point so that we can have a very clear understanding of the intent of this broadcast. Now, when we talk about things like this, we are not just doing them because we just want to discuss or just give information about a particular thing. We want to bring our minds to what we want to achieve. The focus for everything Mazen and Bikani represented or represents is freedom. That's all. Any other thing is teaching you to understand how to free yourself. So if we want to look at that in the light of purpose for everybody's life, your life and my life, you have your purpose, you want to have your understanding of purpose. Your understanding of your purpose in life gives you a perspective of how life or what life is, which means that the way I can view life might be different from the way you view life based on perspective, especially as regards to purpose. And when purpose helps you look at life, it gives you a perspective that is result oriented. That means because you understand purpose and because you deal with life in regards to as regards to purpose, in the light of purpose or in the view of purpose, or with the insight you have about purpose based on the purpose of your life, you can tell and define and discuss and express life itself the way you see it through your purpose. Now that tells you also that anyone who has not discovered their purpose or who don't understand why they do what they do or understand their own purpose in life naturally have a distorted, a restricted or a stunted impression about life. And so they dance towards everything that come their way. They just dance along it because they don't have a perspective that is definite in principle. Principle is a word that will I say accomplishes or accompanies, or let me say accompanies, no, it accompanies those who have a perspective and understanding about purpose. So you cannot talk about principles when you don't have a function or a mission that goes along with the function, because you only utilize principles in the area or in the aura or under the aura or the auspices of purpose and understanding. I want to welcome you to this broadcast. Please, as you come in, just like this video. Very, very important, because your like is important. It helps us reach out to other people who are under you, who are linked under you, who also can see your likes and comment. Because when you like something, it prompts those who are your friends and all of that to be part of it, to see it. And also, of course, also when you subscribe, it gives you it gives us a connection to your audience so that we'll be able to get them to be alerted of the truth and the things we preach and all of that. Now, I know that every one of us are concerned about the situation we have found ourselves. If you're not concerned, you will not be here watching this broadcast right now. If you're not concerned, you will not be talking about freedom. And if you're not concerned, you will not be thinking about having results in life. Because the truth about it is that we have suffered. Biafrans, Igbos, and other tribes trapped in the contraption called Nigeria. We have gone through hell and we have suffered. We are seriously suffering and we are still suffering. And if the suffering has not gotten to your bones and your marrows, and you still have the guts or the boldness to still deceive yourself and allow your emotion to be controlled by people who only are thinking of themselves, then it simply means that you don't have knowledge of what the suffering and the implication of the suffering on you and your generations to come. It is because of the pain and the suffering I go through as someone who is still a slave. Because no matter what level, educationally, financially, or whatever level you belong, if you don't think of your freedom, you are only a slave enjoying a moment of pleasure that is not satisfactory or maximally satisfactory. So I want me to understand, I want you to understand wherever in the world you are, wherever you are in the world, whatever you have, whatever resources you have the family, you have a good family, you have a lovely family, you have people around you, you have people working under you, you have you are a boss of your own and all of that. It is only 10% of what you have can achieve, because the totality of your achievement is only sustainable, pronounced, and defined when we are free, when we have our sovereignty. How else do you define, success when you are still a slave? You can't say you are successful when you are still a slave. And so that is the problem, and that is basic. And that is why it hurts me, and I know it hurts you too if you're on the path of truth, when you see people take or treat with levity or take for granted this desire to be free. And that is why, and it still pains me, opportunity that February 2023, the election provided, we lost that opportunity. By making a decision that Biafra land does not observe the election, that Biafra land observe the election. World will now be all of the world when we're talking about referendum. The international community will now begin to listen to us and begin what they will now begin to understand and listen. Now begin to call us to the table to discuss. But because we lost that opportunity by allowing and manipulated people who everyone was excited with election. If it had stopped truly, then we would not be talking about what we're talking about now. By now, Britain, America, other nations of the world will be looking forward to discussing with us on the round table and bringing the Nigeria contraption, to bringing the tribes and the nations stuck in Nigeria together on a table to discuss the issue of freeing everybody. How do we do it now? Do you want to go on your own? Okay, if you want to go on your own, let's do it this way. We begin to talk business. But now we can't. We lost that opportunity, and that opportunity comes only every 4 years. And if we had gotten this opportunity since they have messed up MAZI and KANU and put him where he's not supposed to be, we would have used this opportunity to express our anger, Many factors were responsible for the issue of the election holding, and that was why we said that it had to be done, with force, refusing that election by force. That was why you were contributing. That was why everybody is contributing, was contributing their resources, their energy, and everything to make sure that that issue of no election stands. Because we know that we have so many of our people who are hungry and they look for any opportunity to eat, to steal. So when you offer them anything, they would well come up. There are places in communities in Igbo land where they give them 2,000 each or 5,000 each, or small measurement of gari or rice or pepper and tomatoes and other things, and they went voting. So these are the situation we found ourselves, and that was why the need for force was to be applied, but not knowing that those who were superintending over that issue were just criminals who were thinking of themselves. Now they're talking about referendum, self-referendum. What does it make sense to you? Self-referendum, what will it do? The same way you came with your referendum convention and it went. Nothing happened. The same way also, this is going to happen and nothing will happen. I want to first, before I begin to go into the discussion today, it's going to be brief, because it's already late, and well, of course, we are all tired. I know you want to rest also, so we don't need to talk too much. I want to still remind you guys, don't fall for all these manipulations going around. The issue of the story of cleansing Biafra land. There is nothing like cleansing. So many people have carried out these activities of cleansing we're talking about. Nelly did her own. Other people have done their own. Everybody doing their own. They tell you they want to go into cleansing. They state budget. They state some amount as budget for the cleansing. So lots of people have used it to steal from the people. Lots of people have stolen using the idea of cleansing. So don't get yourself again to be deceived. There's nothing that you would do sacrificially that would bring anything to the table unless we take action, plan effectively. And Chukwokike, who has given us the wisdom and the mind to plan, would help us. Because the truth here is, who would carry out cleansing for the blood that will be shed tomorrow if you do the cleansing today? Tomorrow, some other people will be killed by the same agents of Nigeria and by the same evil people claiming to be fighting for freedom. So that means we will be doing cleansing every day. That's what it means. Every day we just wake up. We need cleansing today. Some people have been killed again. We need to cleanse the land. Again, to the next day again, we need to cleanse the land. Some people have been killed. That means cleansing will be every day. That is why we are telling you that cleansing is a scam. Stop. Don't let yourself to be fooled. Don't fool around, dancing around these people talking about cleansing. They know that you believe in religious things. So they want to get you in that angle. They want to hold your testicles, by hold you by the balls, because they know that when they hold you there, you would respond. And that balls we have is religion, whether traditional or whether conventional or whatever way, religion. They hold you on by the balls, and then you respond. You bring out the money. This morning, I talked about the main reason why MAZI NNAMDI KANU is still in dungeon and why we are not free. And I try to give you perspective to our behavior and actions and character and the way we operate and the way we behave. And in fact, interestingly, the whole narrative of why we are where we are is centered around our behavior and actions. There's no two ways about it. Our behaviors, our actions, our operations, our activities are fundamentally the reasons why we are where we are, or the reasons through which we can define our success and failures at every point in time. And if you want to look at it critically, I try to make us understand that the way Nigeria deals with us is they take the pulse of our behaviors, the pulse of our responses and our actions and the things we do on social media. They have come to discover that we are follow people. We follow people. We want to follow one person. We are always seeking for one person leading us. And everything we do is give our support, give our resources, give our money. Then they now decide to think, what if we control this person that the people like to follow? If the people believe in one person and they want to follow that person, what if we control that person that they believe in? Then we'll be able to control the people. So they understand the psychology of this whole thing. Now, the first way we're going to deal with this matter is to first break these chains of follow. We keep following without thinking. There's nothing wrong in following, but we must make sure that we don't give an impression that everything we do is determined by just one person making decisions for us. And that is why MAZI NNAMDI KANU, coming out now, will meet a team of people who will stand with him, who are going to be formidable, standing with him, so that the Nigeria contraption and the British contraption will not, if they know that if they hold him, it won't make any sense, because there are so many other people who are formidable and they take action. So they will come to understand that the actions and the expressions of MAZI NNAMDI KANU, the things he says, or the things he acts on or gives instructions on, are not things he decided on his own, but he decided with the collective responsibility and collective discussion and decision making, with a group of people, making a decision, and then he now executing or giving instructions for them to be carried out. By the time they understand that no one person controls the narrative, they don't know who to pick. Because if you pick one, the others are still formidable. And that is what they are scared of. The reason why they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they know he has the control. He has the total control. Everybody depends on what he says. Everybody wants to, act only when he says something. Now, they know that that same behavior is still in us. Now, some of us now are believing it in one person. We are always not coming all out to give our support. Rather, we are just there to sing praises of people and get ourselves messed up by just saying yes to everything. And that is why they set Mazi Nnamdi Kanu up and messed him up. And that is why they were able to use the people around him, whom they know that they actually don't mean well, and they know they are working with him. They used these people to set him up. And using these people to set him up, they sold him and all of that. And that is why we are where we are. Nigeria understand the pulse. They are studying us. They see some of us going around some of these people who claim to be fighting for freedom. They observe you, they know how you operate. They always want to sing their praises. You always think that they are right, and you always don't want to question them. They know that your problem is that you are feeling inferior, that your own decisions don't count. You're feeling inferior within you, and slavery has really battered you, destroyed your mind. So you always want to depend on somebody as a strong man somewhere who would speak on your behalf, who would work on your behalf, who would take decisions on your behalf, whom all you want to do is to sing the praises of the person, and then you bring out money, or you support the person by your clicks and likes on social media, or your super chat or whatever. They know that is how you think. That is how you reason. They have come to understand the psychology of the people. So they now succeeded in removing the person who is truthful, who is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one giving the orders and giving instructions and all of that, although having advices from people anyways, but being fronted and believing to be the one in charge, they know he's truthful. So they will not be able to manipulate him. They will not be able to destroy him. They will not be able to break him. So what they did is remove him and then allow others who are there, who are already enjoying the loot from the Nigeria contraption, the monies the Nigeria government brings into the system and gives to them through their proxies and all of that. They now know that you will still believe in these ones because these ones are talking tough, and giving an impression that they are standing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and they are fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They already know through their proxies working with these people that that thing is just an illusion. It's just a way of talking to get the people to continue to have hope in what is not there. And so they have the guts to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there because they know that if they keep him, you still have somebody you still believe in, believing that that person is working to bring him out. And now definitely they keep him there, and they know that you will not do anything. You cannot act on it. You cannot fight. You cannot do anything. You would only want to expect the person you believe in to do all the noise and make all the noise on your behalf. And so they know this. And so by this knowledge, they know you are just foolish, and you are fooling around, and you are just a coward, just staying behind someone and screaming. So they can use the courts, manipulate the courts, use them, give any kind of verdicts they like, give any kind of judgments they like, and postponed the issue of the election. I'm sorry, the next court date, postponed it and move it at random the way they like, and maybe stall anything, stall the submission of the judgment, refuse to submit the documents, give the lawyers the documents, and all of these activities are because they know that the only thing you are going to do is you are going to be looking up to the person who claims to be fighting for you to take action, and they know they are in control of that person. They hold that person in the box because they fund them through their proxies. Somebody like the one in Finland, they fund him through people like Ngozi and other people, Ngozi Arabwezi and other people. So they know that those ones you are looking up to are under their control through their proxies like Ngozi Arabwezi and other people. But they know that the only noise you will make is to make the noise looking up to those ones to act on your behalf. And they know that they hold those ones down. They are funding them. They know those ones won't act. They know the idiosyncratic operations of those ones. They will come on social media to brag and make from you. They need from you. And so they know that no matter the noise, you use these ones to come to your aid, you are not going to do anything. So all they keep doing what they're doing, abuse MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, deal with more of our freedom, and mess us around and push us around, and spite on, spit on us. Kill our young men and do rape our ladies and do some stuff in Biafra land, send the military in at random and at any time, and all that would happen where the ones whom they are militia out in a place, show themselves in a particular place, in a bush or somewhere, make some noise, and then after making some noise, they go, and then maybe they now ambush village or community. When there are people there who are having their own group, they go there, shoot somebody, shoot a military man, or kill some of them, and then run back to their own territory or their hideouts. And then military, who already, of course, understand the game, will come into that community and kill. They are looking for every opportunity to kill the people. So they allow these ones, give them the opportunity. With their proxies, they advise themselves, let's go and deal with the military. Let's keep killing them, because when we kill them, the Nigerian military will be coming for those people who are not part of us. And when they come, they will help us kill those ones who are not part of us. So it's a game so that they will diminish the numbers of those people who are in other groups who don't belong to their camp. And then they will keep increasing their own group. Just like see what they did to Oji. Innocent Oji. They messed him up. Now the guy has been silenced to an extent because they want to showcase their own man. They want to project themselves. The same way also they silenced ESN. Now, but all of this nonsense would not be fruitful if you and I have decided to work or to walk in wisdom. If you refuse to fund these people, to hail these people, to sing the praises of these people, you would naturally break their bones and restrict them from carrying out these evil and manipulating us. Then the Nigeria contraption will discover that we are not moved by anybody's action. We are not under the control of anybody. The most strategy we would have utilized in this time is to let Nigeria know that aside MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, no other person we can listen. See, when they know that there's no other person, like when the issue of the Monday sit-at-home began, nobody listened to anybody. Everybody said, oh, when the DOS sold out, and the DOS members sold out, and they wanted to sell, they canceled the Monday sit-at-home. Everybody said, no, we are sitting. We're going to maintain it. People were posting it on social media. We're going to stay on. And before you know it, everybody was agreeing, even without any leader. And then, of course, the criminals capitalized on it and started promoting it so that then they won the hearts of the people to themselves. And now look at where we are. Now, the most strategy, I'm telling you this, that's why I said we are the problems. We always want to show ourselves and make them know our weaknesses. We have made them understand that we don't operate alone unless there's somebody in front shouting and bragging. And so all they need to do is to go and hijack that person who is shouting and bragging. And then they have gotten us. What we would have done is, and what we can still do now, is to make Nigeria understand that without MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, no other instruction comes from anywhere. So we would sacrifice everything together and make decisions collectively without anybody being the one deciding. So even if somebody like me is broadcasting and any other broadcaster is making their stuff in the way they're going to make it, all they will be saying is that the people are making their decisions. The people are making their decisions. Our people are making their decisions. One moment, please. I'm back here. So sorry, I had to change position so that I'll be able to You know, I have to sit on a more balanced chair, so I have to come here. So now, that is the problem. We gave them an impression that we can do without MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. So we allowed ourselves to be controlled by criminals. Nigeria was watching, or Nigeria is watching. The British are watching. Britain is saying nothing about MAZI Nnamdi Kanu today because we have given them an impression that MAZI Nnamdi Kanu can be discarded. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu can be where he is, and we have somebody else we can listen to. And they are in control of those people that you believe you can listen to, because they know that you cannot do anything unless you listen to somebody. If we had given the Nigeria contraption an impression that there's no other person we're going to listen to except MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. So holding MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is like holding us. And then we begin to take actions together, collectively, decisively, to stop every aggression against us. Would have succeeded. By now, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu will not still be there. I believe so. But anyways, we have made this mistake, but we can correct the mistake. Now, how can we correct this mistake? We have to now begin to form a formidable togetherness. I told you in the morning, I said what they are afraid of is that unity and togetherness. Now, unity does not mean that we bring criminals together and we agree to commit crime or criminality. No, that's not unity. We're talking about unity that would build each of the people, each and every one of us. Unity that would give every one of us the strength. Unity that will give every one of us the strength. Unity that will give every one of us that strength. And that is what we should do. And what is that unity? Where we no more have anybody who is controlling us. Rather, we are not even talking about control or no control. We are now looking at developing our communities and building our land and doing the things we need to do together in our communities. Community development, building ourselves in our communities. That's it. Sorry, please, one moment, because there's so the mistake has been done. We have allowed Nigeria see our weakness. We have allowed them see our failures. We have allowed them see that we are weak. We've allowed them see that we, are nowhere and we can do nothing. We've allowed them see that we are weak. We have allowed them see that we are weak. We have allowed them see that we don't have anything to offer except somebody is controlling us from somewhere. We have allowed them see that we don't value MAZI Nnamdi Kanu the way we actually gave the impression initially. Because if we value him, I tell you, you will not listen, you will not call any other person your savior. You will not call any other person Odogu. You will not sing the praises of any other person, only MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Because the way we express him and keep talking about him and denouncing any other person who fronts themselves as being in control, the way they will know you have value for the person in prison. And when a whole nation proves and shows on social media and their actions that this person in prison is very, very important to us, that is when they will now know that they are holding somebody important. But now they feel that you are comfortable. You are jubilating, praising somebody else. Somehow, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is no more the talk. Because if we have given them an impression that MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is the only talk, morning to night, no matter what anybody is doing on social media, we are talking about MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. We need that man out. We need that man out. We're going to take action. We're going to do this. We're going to do that, and all of that. We begin to make them understand this by the collectiveness of our stance. We would have succeeded in bringing MAZI and KANU out. Honestly, I tell you, because when a whole nation, you keep somebody in dungeon, and then a whole nation is not refusing to follow any other person, it's just holding on to one person and saying that person you kept in prison, that is the person, or else we're going to burn down this whole thing. Thank you so much, Ego. Good to have you. Thank you. How are you doing today? Sure, you're fine. Sure, you're fine. We have not talked today. We gave Nigeria the impression that anybody can stand in their space if MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is not there. So they know that MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is not important, even if he is the custodian of truth. And they know that if then you can always have anybody stand in his place if he's not there, then what they need to do is identify the people you are looking at as the next person to stand in that place and bring their agents, put that person with that person. They work together, plan together, bribe the person, give the person enough money. And then all they need to do is keep making these people believe that you are fighting for freedom. And then they know that you would always forget the one they capture. So capturing MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is just once a while. When somebody mentions MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, people will come, oh, we need him to be free. Oh, let him be free. Oh, Chukwuokike protect him. Blah, 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 blah. That is how they now understand us. They have studied us very, very well. Now, you don't forget, Nigeria has paid agents who are there. All they do is to create ideas. Look at the people, look at the way they behave, look at the way they operate, and create ideas to counter them. They are psychologists, they are professionals in different fields, and basically people who are strategists. They pay them well to keep designing strategies that will stop you or stop everyone from operating effectively. That would keep keeping you down. That's what these ones are paid for. Yes, they sit down and they devise destructive measures. That's their work. They have the money. They have the money. How many strategies do you have in your so-called groups where they are coming to shout water online? How many strategies do you have? The only thing they do is they send money to BIAFRA land, recruit some boys, give them uniform, give them AK-47, just make noise, kidnap people, make noise, go to places and shake some places, go to the places, the communities where you know people are not supporting us. Go there, the policemen or the military men around there, shoot them, then run away. The military, because they are not supporting us. That's it. But it's strategically implemented because they have the resources to strategically implement you there. You are just busy on social media shouting water, and nothing is happening. Rather, you are dying. You are losing. You're out of it. This is the situation we have. Mapped out. That any other job doing. See, some of they just sit down. All they do is, and most of them are from our people. They are our people. Sit down, strategize. Please, you understand. You know your people very well. You know that they love praise. They love praise singers. They know us very well. That was why Gowon said that if he knew that we love money this way, he didn't need to go to war. Just need to give some people money, and there will be no war. They have now come to understand that, oh, money is the driver of these people. So what they would do is that just get some people, give them enough money, give them contracts and all of that. And those ones will sit down, design plans for them. They know that these people know you very well. You are part of them, so look at them. You know your people very well. That is why they know us very well, because of course you know about even our entertainment lifestyle, our social lifestyle. If you check the music that we love, you know those are elders and all of that. What they do is they sing praises of people. just give them money, pay Sir Warrior or Rental Brothers or any of them, give them money, they start singing your praise. So with all of these, they know that money shakes us, money moves us. People like Gowan looked at it after the war, saw how people are giving money and they'll be singing their praises. This one, they will sing their praises on this music and all of that, and all of that. And he said, wow, if I knew that these people love money this way, that is a clue. What Gowan said is a clue of what they are doing now. If you think he just said it and that ends it, no. He just opened up to you that what they have done now is they know that they don't need to fight anymore or bring about, any major disastrous calamity by war that will create tension. All they need to do now is give few of us money, and those ones would be doing all the nonsense for them, designing, strategizing for them, setting up measures and tactics and programs, and all of that. Typical of corn and maize and chicken and maize. Okay, throw out the corn, chicken gather. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they know that we are like the hen or the chicken. Once the corn is, you just would come out. Even if they strangle the other one in your presence, kill that one, you still come out to eat more corn. Some of them they have killed many of our people. Some of them they put them in jail. Some of them they kill them. Yet our people will still go for it. Look at one Ijele, making noise all over social media, bragging that he's killing ESN. Look at his, when you listen to him and listen to the reason why he's doing that, you begin to wonder whether the guy is normal. Look at these are the people, these are the kinds of charlatans that Nigeria have discovered that they can use to destroy what we are chasing. And that is why we said we have to now cut off critically from this narrative that they have known us for. Go indoors, sit and now redesign our plan to develop our land, because Nigeria has perfected its program, understanding us psychologically and how we behave on social media. They have people who monitor social media every day to see how you respond to message, to see how you respond to the criminal in Finland, to see how you respond to Chinansa and all other criminals. They see how you respond to them. They know that you are still a coward and your brain is not yet effective enough to understand how to reason properly. So they know that, okay, we will still keep using these strategies, and then we'll keep developing, enhancing on these strategies to deal with them. They know that. And that's what they are doing. That's what they are doing. That's what they are doing. And they keep messing you up. They keep messing us up. Now, every reasonable person understands this. Once your strategy is known, once people have discovered your operations, now it's just like somebody who is in trouble. Maybe you have been attacked before, they know that you always wake up in the morning by 6-7:30, you pass a particular road to work. They know the road you pass, they know when you are returning, they know your time, they have studied you. One day you were attacked, you were almost killed, and then you survived it, and then you now recover, and then you still continue that routine. Would you continue that? You want to relocate, you want to move away, you would want to disguise. That is what reasonable people do. They have found out that you are just too easy to manipulate, especially when money is involved. Now, why not break away from the routine that they understand you with and come in now? Let's plan to develop ourselves, which the development of ourselves will include mentally and otherwise. Let me not mention others. Mentally and otherwise. And then we now utilize that ability as a collective people in our communities and design a particular concept that will help us build our communities, so that every young person, every potential in that community would be a candidate for effectiveness for the future. And when they now begin to grow in that, we are now well positioned to now take the next step for better things. Now, let me tell you something. Freedom will come at that point without shooting a gun or a bullet, sorry. without shooting a bullet. And you might ask me how, but it's not something I will say on social media. I'm going to tell you. If we change tactics and get away from this noise on social media, for God's sake, don't stop fooling around. I'm telling you guys, you're just fooling around. You're just fooling around. Look at somebody talking about referendum, electronic or digital referendum, and self-referendum. Does it make sense to you? Are you saying that you contributed money for 2 years now to this person, only for him to claim that he has bought warships and all of that? Are you saying that to conduct a referendum, you need warships? And which you have not seen. You have not seen any of them. You don't need to collect money and extort the people. So if you know that in the end, what you want to settle for is referendum, convention, self-referendum, that's not because it is instituted or decided by the international community, or you guys have talked with Nigeria, and now it's going to be practically on ground, supervised by independent, viewers and observers. This one, you are the one supervising this. You are the one saying that people have voted on social media. What if you are influencing the figures? Who would take that seriously? That has been done over time, even when MAZI NNAMDI was here. Several times there have been social media referendum. That is part of the digital stuff. Because just observe it, none of them would come on ground in Biafra land to conduct a referendum. Now, the reason why they divided it from state to state is because they want to keep you busy every moment. If they do one for February, one state, the next time they are telling you, look forward to the next one. They don't have any other program. So they need to keep you busy, expecting something to be done every moment until that October they tell you that they are going to also, they say they are going to give you finally freedom. And then they will now declare and tell you that they are declaring Biafra. And then they will sit somewhere. And you will now be killed in wherever you are, because they don't have what it takes. If they are serious, let this particular stuff they want to do be done physically. Let them have their men on ground, putting on their uniform, referendum officials, come on ground, come to a community or come to a particular state and begin to conduct that referendum. That is when you know they are serious. What is social media stuff? What anybody can do? I can do it. You out there can do it. You can organize something on social media, and as long as people see, they see that it is about Biafra, supporting Biafra, they will vote. You tell them later it's for test running. That is it. You tell them they are test running, that they are now they have put the. You now say that he has made the enemies go. They are running mad. How? People are telling you the truth. You are manipulating people, and then people tell you say they are running mad. Who is running mad for something that's not effective? Only critical thinkers will tell you that it's not effective. This is one, in the first place, it's called self-referendum. Anybody could conduct it. You don't need to steal from the people and collect enough money. You can't tell me that you collected money and collect money, sote. After collecting, you say you don't buy warship, you don't buy fighter jets, you don't buy everything. And then in the end, now referendum for social media, you won't do. What's the meaning of that? If the only time you people should take it seriously, and that's when I will take it seriously, when they have men on ground, officials dressed, having the box, having the voters materials or booklets and all of that, come to a place, tell you that this is the venue where you are going to go vote, and then they sit there and you are coming, and they have their men protect that territory and say anybody who comes will deal with it. Then I'll come. I'll say, okay, you are serious. And with that, you still need the international community to be present, or at least some independent people to be present, because you can't conduct a referendum and then you count it yourself and then you now tell the world that people accepted it. No, nobody will take you seriously, because you need independent, so you can get organizations and all of that. They come and observe it, not social media. That is, are you so gullible? He said he will go do secret one. Maybe he will just go to all those his men in the bushes who just doing some stuff around the place where they do their stuff. He will just bring some personnel to go to one part like that, and then he will put his men, position them in one particular market, They always go to communities where they see some few people that is typical, that police does not and military does not always come there. They now arrange something there. They will just set some people and say, look at our staff. They are taking the details on ground. They are conducting the referendum on ground. You see it? Oh my. If you want to do it, you show us the whole local government in Owerri, Douglas Road. Or yes, Douglas Road is the most popular because it leads to Mapa and other places, Port Harcourt and other Ikocha and other places. So Douglas Road or Wedra, those places. Position your stuff there. Or Olu Road, all those places. Position your stuff there. Or Oji. Position your things there. Oji Road. All those places, these are major roads. Position your stuff everywhere. Your box, your men standing there, and then your so-called army taking positions to protect them. We know you are serious. That is what reasonable people should be asking. I told you this morning that somebody was asking him that, Oga, where are they? He told the person that they are in the person's father's grave. Is that how a responsible person responds to somebody who is serious-minded? You have stolen from people, taking their money. Very insolent, very arrogant. Very, very insolent, very arrogant. Very, very insolent and very arrogant. Telling somebody that it's sin. What an insult. You insulted them the other time. You told them they are not intelligent. And now you're insulting the lady, insulting the father. How did you get here? How did we get here? When you begin to support somebody, you don't reason anymore. That is what Nigeria has locked up. Pressing your the brain is locked. They know your brain. My network, it has been restored. What is wrong with this network? Because I don't know what is this area. I don't know for 1 year plus now. Network problem. This voting is via Gmail, so they will say, how can the non-literate in such carry out their franchise? How can the illiterate? Okay, how can the illiterate in such carry out their franchise? It is formality, because those people who are on social media are the people who are coming to contribute monies. And those are the people who always come to make noise on social media, both e-frogs and other people. And those ones, that is why they put so many people under them, calling them the government. And those ones to connect with their friends. I'm in the government. Support us. And you know our people. My friend did there, so make I just support him. That's mentality. That's mentality. I had friends in the advisory board in their government. But that would not deter me from thinking. It was my thinking that made me pull out. Some people say they send you off. Who told you they sent me off? I decided by my action, by exposing and standing on the truth, I have told myself I'm not going to be part of this. The only way I will tell myself I want to be part of it is to conceal the evil. If I had said, okay, and put my face on the currency and put the faces of other people in the currency, by now they would have brought out the currency and tell you it is the currency. They'll tell you we have a BIAFRA currency. And some of you will see some of the currencies moving everywhere. My face would have been on one of the coin because they told me too that if I accept, definitely they will also put my face on the coin. So I should go and start printing. I should go and start designing. And I would have accepted it. For me to reject that offer means that I have already told myself I'm no more part of this team, because when you object it, definitely they will come for you. And so coming on social media to say that he is no more part of us, we have suspended them and expelled them, doesn't make sense, because the person by his action has already expelled you. I expelled them. They didn't expel me. Thank you so much, Ego. They can't, of course. By telling you that, no, you can't put your faces on the currency, I've already expelled you. because I've told you that you're a criminal. You can't do that. That's criminal. That's very criminal. So you can't come and say you expelled me. How can you expel me when I'm the one who is pointing out your error and expelling you already? By pointing out your error, I'm expelling you because I know we can't work together at that point again. Who know? And if not you, I know some of the reason why some people fight me on this matter. You go back and apologize. Can you somebody tell me to go back and apologize? I don't know how this will reason. Madam Ego, did you hear that one? So the same I go back, go apologize. To apologize to the person who commits crime, we steal, make me, when they expose the crime, go back to apologize to the person. Does it make sense to some people? You see, there are our people, the mad people everywhere. Come inbox me privately. Kelechi, there's still chance for you. Come back and apologize. This thing you're doing, blah, blah, blah. Nonsense. Instead of you to look at that person to the face, man, that thing you wanted to do that time that this man talked about was wrong. And coming out on social media to tell them that they are criminals is wrong because they were trying to point out your errors. Please call them and settle this matter with them. That is what that responsible adults, responsible people do. You don't come and tell the person who has been insulted and offended and who is on the right path, pointing out the error, to go and apologize to the person who is wrong. Then what kind of nation do you want to build? What kind of nation do you want to build? You that is telling me to go and apologize. Apologize to who in the first place? Who in the first place? The person is not your leader. The person is just sitting on that place, and supervising everything based on the fact that everybody's felt that he's vocal and he's speaking, at that point in time, and he had a platform. So let everybody support him until MAZI NNAMDI KANU is out. Not because he's the leader. So why should I apologize to him? For what? Did I? Quest for stupid relevance don't blind them sense of reasoning. Very, very, and because they have been appointed, given appointments on that board, nothing else matters. Both the ones that claim they are pastors, those ones that claim that they are this and all of that, those ones who claim they were been in Biafra war, they were there, all of them now becoming so stupid because they are part of, they imagine themselves in a government. Wow, I am minister of this in a government. And now that I'm very old, at least I have an opportunity to become a minister, something, and all of that. So now I have to guide it with all, including using lies, any tactics, anything we go bring down this government. Nothing. I no go agree. Even if we know say this money, they wrong. We know. I no go talk about it. All the ministerial position don't puff up them, puff. There go. People that just want to be relevant. Now you go know what's in the hungry people. Now you go know what's in the hungry them. If I am criminal and I'm greedy, those of you who come inbox to send me threats and insult me and all of that, sometimes I just keep quiet. If I'm criminal, they say go design currency for coin. If your face go there for coin, so just design, bring a design, make it print and fast. It's in a hurry. Can you do it in 3 days? I say, okay, the days is not the problem. The days of doing it is not the problem. But who are the people's faces that are going to be on the currency? I now went back to that question. It's Azuka, Simon, blah, 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 and your face too on coin. Ngozi Araboise. What's the other guy? Nkere. I said, what? You mean you want to put all these faces on coin, on Biafra currency? Do you know the meaning of currency? That is the face of the economy of any nation. And you want to put faces of any kind of people. What are we joking? They said, yeah, because they have sacrificed. I now ask the question, what is the ultimate sacrifice that Simon has given? He has done this. What is the ultimate sacrifice that Azuka has given? She has done this. Okay, what is the ultimate sacrifice that Nkere, Ngozi Araboise and co have given? They give one kind of flimsy. I said, I shook my head. I said, no. I said, no, it's not possible. We cannot use these faces. We cannot have these people on currency. So all this hurry to go and print, even if you try to bribe me with my face on currency, I don't agree. I now decided to call the think tank group, call them into the matter, see what is happening. They said, what? We held a meeting. Oh, call Simon, let's talk with him. And then you want to now tell me that I'm a criminal. You want to tell me who is supposed to be a criminal? Who is supposed to come online to call the next person a criminal? And the guy comes online to call me a criminal. You cannot tell him that, oh, guy, you did wrong. Why would you call that guy a criminal? Because he's standing on the truth objectively. And some of you are coming to on my inbox telling me to go and apologize. Not the Chris. I the Chris. As someone will say, I the Chris. Clowns everywhere. Thank you so much, Ego. You need to see, let me tell you, this thing is about discipline. And the reason why you can't be disciplined is because you don't even know your left from your right. You don't know what you want. Some of you, because you're just emotionally controlled. And that is what Nigeria has discovered. That is why they're keeping MAZI and KANU, because they know you are gullible. If you are rigid in the matters of discipline, they will discover that even if anybody is around, you don't take any nonsense. As long as MAZI and KANU is there, that is the person you listen. And they would stand, they will know that, yes, because now they know that somebody else has filled the role, and you, as a gullible person, you would always accept somebody else filling the role, and then you gradually forget the other person, the real person who is there. And they know that MAZI and KANU is the real person, is the one, the custodian of truth, the one who is really truthful. They know others are false because they have their criminals, they have their proxies connected to those ones, funding them. So they know that it is better to leave you to continue to believe in these ones than to bring MAZI and KANU out, for you to now start following MAZI and KANU out, following MAZI and KANU again, because they know MAZI and KANU would always, when he speaks, he wants to do that thing he speaks. So they know you very well. And so you, with your hands and your attitude, have made the Nigeria contraption keep MAZI and KANU where he is until now. That's why MAZI and KANU is where he is, because we have allowed ourselves to be stupid. Except we begin to think positively now and think very, get disciplined, we would continue to allow ourselves to be cowed. And we'll continue to get MAZI and KANU to suffer. Because that man is suffering. I'm not saying he's perfect. He's not perfect. It's not as if he is doing everything 100% correct. No. But majorly, he is doing everything well, as long as he's on the path of truth. And nobody can be perfect. Even Christ himself said that he is not perfect. But definitely Christ was still on the path. But when you talk about being perfect or doing something perfectly or not doing something perfectly, it's different from having criminals in control. Don't tell me, they would come and tell me nobody's perfect. For God's sake, those of you telling me nobody's perfect, being criminal does not give you the guts to say nobody's perfect. Once somebody is a criminal, the person is a criminal. Once the person does not have a good intention, you can only talk about somebody not being perfect in the midst of people who have good intentions. You don't come and tell me that a criminal, somebody is stealing from, is a criminal, and you tell me nobody's perfect. No, because the principle of where I'm going is in the notion of the discipline and the intention that you have. As a people, we are going towards freedom. The only thing that takes us to freedom is that truth narrative. Now, if you, as someone who claims to be on the path of truth, is criminal, it simply means that you are only going to devise criminal ideology and designs to try to claim to lead me to truth. And when you do all of this stuff, you are actually on the path of lies. So automatically, it is not about who not being people not being perfect. No, it's about you being a criminal. Bad is bad. It does not have any other name. Bad is bad. A criminal is a criminal. Somebody comes to tell you that they want their face on BIAFRA currency. Don't you know that that person is a criminal? That alone should make you understand that. That alone automatically should make you understand that. You don't need a prophet to tell you. And now, somebody is asking, what about the warships? They told you after their convention in September that the next day, their jets will be flying everywhere. Their fighter jets. Till today, they told you they have headquarters in USA. Till today, you have not seen the office officially operate. They just once a while show you, arrange chairs. The cartons, go there, you see the cartons of the chairs somewhere. Because anytime they want chairs, put them and keep them somewhere. Then the person, owner of the house, will now rearrange his house properties and put normally. Then anytime they want to do they have already settled the person. So anytime they want to do load, set the chairs and put everything everywhere. The worship and code. They say, he told somebody that the worship is in the person's father's grave. Is BIAFRA 23? He told them that 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 was Ricky and Co have not given you. Refused to mention MAZI and KANU because he now said those ones have not given BIAFRA. It's me. That's what he now called them illiterates and stupid. Now this one now is asking, what about the world? We're not talking about the 2023 that you have failed us now. What about that is in the father's, the person's father's excellence, what guts and what interest did not creep into autopilot? The pressure on Nigeria would have been rightly channeled to where it is needed to compel unconditionally. That is it. That is it. Because the people are zealous for autopilot to carry out what they want, they have in mind. But the mistake of the people is that they always tilt towards people without knowing their intentions. Thank you so much, Ifeanyi. Thank you so much. If not for the greed and all of this stuff, it would have been a very major avenue to convey. And if everything that had been said and planned had gone, as we said, as we were talking about looking at, if they had taken the issue of no election in Biafra land seriously, you think MAZI and KANU will be there? They're coming to tell me, release MAZI and KANU. If you don't release him, this will happen. When you had the opportunity to pressure them to bring him out, if you had stopped the election and used the money that was given to you to buy the equipment, fund ESN, not creating another militia, fund the whole of ESN, give everybody, mandate them. This is what you want to do on behalf of MAZI and KANU, because it is because of you that he is there. So you must work hard as ESN to free him, because MAZI and KANU said ESN is the line of defense. And as long as he was confident, if you observed MAZI and KANU's operations after ESN was created, you will discover that he now started broadcasting and behaving differently, very confident and very sure of where we were going. That means ESN was valuable to him. If these idiots, all these criminals, both the one in Finland and all of that, if they had really had respect for MAZI and KANU, and believed in his vision, what they would have done is to look at that thing MAZI and KANU valued and that has kept him in the dungeon and support it and fund it. Give it maximum funding. Suspend any other thing, whether this issue of attacking. Focus on that election. All our plan. Keep your bullets. Sustain every bullet. Keep everything, every material, don't waste them. Don't carry out any action. Just make sure in the bushes the Fulanis are not killing our people. That's all. But focus on practicing and rehearsing towards the election, no election. On the day of election, this is how we're going to do it. Strategy. You would have seen that on the day of the election, nobody will come out of the house because they are afraid, they don't want to die. Even those ones who want to vote will know that if they come out, they might be shot, either by both sides. That is when you are taken serious. That is when you truly want MAZI and KANU out, not when you mess up the whole thing. You now come out, if you don't release him, I'm going to do this. And then when they don't release him, because you are thinking that maybe this time around they will give him something and maybe they may release him. So you want to brag so that after he is somehow released, or maybe he's released at that point in time, you will now say it is because of what you said. That is why they released him. So all those bragging now, you can understand that what I'm saying now is true, because even after the bragging, after he is not released, the whole tension will still die down. The person who bragged will not do anything, because it is part of the plan. The people like Ngozi Rabuezi around them and all of that, they have discussed it. Just brag it, make the people feel that something is going to happen. I was there. I was in their advisory board. I know how discussions go. And sometimes I feel pain in my heart, the way I would just want, are we really serious? Mind game in action. That's it. Playing on the psyche of the people. If you really want MAZI and KANU out, it was simple with the election. Very, very simple. Build on taking action on the election day. Forget about other things you are calling water and all those nonsense. That is meant to kill our people. Prepare the people. Fund ESN as it is. It was already formidable. Yes, when you have groups like that, sometimes you can have other things, criminality and all of that going on. But the major thing is that even nowhere in the world, all over the nations of the world, when you see formidable things, there are some still. That's why human actions are not perfect. That doesn't mean that you now condemn the whole thing. And anyways, they didn't condemn the whole thing. They only capitalized on the issue of ESN, the MAZI and KANU situation, to divide ESN and destroy them. Capitalizing on they're using the lapses of some of the things happening within ESN. They use it to destroy the rubbish they define idea. And then now the day of the election, the so-called mighty election, that noise have been made over the years, made on social media. Sometimes he will screenshot, he will say trending, he will screenshot himself and tell you how he's trending on social media. In the day of the election, not one person in that team, he called his Liberation Army, was seen. After all the noise, all the contributions, contribute $5,000, contribute $2,000, contribute $5,000, 10 people, 50 people who give us $10,000, or 10 people who give us $50,000 each every month for 6 months. All those noise. First class info you are given for free. That's it. That's it. How they plot to confuse the people. Still zombies will doubt. They will doubt. Because you see, in Romans 1:28, it said, because they refused to acknowledge God in their minds, he gave them over to a reprobate mind. That's what is wrong with some of our people. They just want to get somebody that would tell them something they would like. It must not be true, but just make us feel good. And all of these things are very fundamental. And I tell you, if this guy in Finland had really worked with us, and sought for our advice. He's always given us an impression that he's doing something. He knows what he's doing. He has his men. He has the people everywhere. When you give an idea, he'll tell, oh, he's already on record. He's already in control. He knows what he's doing. He has set everything. He's in order and all of that. He gave you an impression that anything advice you give him, he has already thought about it. He's doing it already. I don't understand. That tells you he had ulterior motives. Because if he truly has sat with us, somebody who truly wanted to succeed, I tell you, that February election with a strategy. I remember the first time we had this total, we said we were going to have 3 days or so of coffee or so, or total lockdown. The first day, I saw the lapses after the initial one that everything was going anyhow. The first day again for this one, I thought would be serious. After he has told us that everything is on ground, everything has been well set. The first day, I saw everybody was going on around Biafra land. Information coming to me, people were going their normal business. Some people didn't even know anything was going on, but he was posting on social media, no movement. You see, no movement here, no movement here. But I am getting info around Biafra land that people are moving. Some people will even show me, see me now, see me here in the main towns. He will go and get information on local places where some of his few men have gone to tell people, go inside. They will now show there and tell you that there's no movement. I got angry. I called the media team. I called a meeting. I called a meeting. I said, no, we need to get Simon here. We need to talk about this matter. Everybody too was filming. All of them were filming. They know the truth. But those criminals in that autopilot media team, because they are criminals, that is why they will run away. And when they see that they are no more have views, they will run back. People like Raf, they see that he no more has viewers. He run back to Simon to get view and get prestige and make all this. They go and screaming and all of that. They think it's not that. All these things are nonsense. They were filming, we were angry. We said, in fact, 247, I think, was saying, let's summon Simon here. You know the way he talks. All these people are comedians. That's how we call Simon into meeting. I don't know whether it's 247 that first spoke and told him why we called him and all of that. And then I now gave us some analysis of what needs to be done. He said, I now give an answer. I told someone, I said, this has to be done. This is dangerous. Because if this is like this, because to me, I was not looking at that moment. I was looking at the future February election. I said, if this is like this, then how are we? This is supposed to be the test running. He said, in fact, they just wanted to observe the first day and see how people are going to respond. That from the second day, they're going to take action. Did you know that throughout that period, it happened the same way? Nothing. It was still the same mess. Okay, Madam Marewa. Okay. How does she come in here? Maybe there's something I said that made you mention her. Okay. That's how I said, I told myself, man, this election thing, no election. I doubted it. But anyways, let it not be that I'm the one fighting everything or working against everything. I still kept promoting it because I want to believe that he is saying that everything is set, not because he just wants to manipulate, because I don't want to believe that a reasonable person would want to manipulate anybody. 2003 election has come and gone. The man is there. Look at the situation of, of Nigeria now. Dollar 1,300 and something. Things going on everywhere. Security, insecurity everywhere. In 2023 alone, over 3,000 plus people were kidnapped. The situation is, and what shocks me, anyways, I'm not going to preach this today because it's going to take my time. It's already 1 hour, 10 minutes. Wow, I've gone so long here. But I want to tell you, because it's important, maybe hopefully by God's grace tomorrow morning, I would go on this narrative. I don't know why any reasonable person would believe that Nigeria will work, honestly. And I don't know why any reasonable person would defraud their own people just to give them an impression that they want to help them get freedom. These are the extremes of evil that I can't understand. And these are the two things I'll be looking at tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Biafra time. 8 a.m. Yes, 7 a.m. Biafra time. There was a time she came into last year threatening to spill things. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, she came out to spill things. And you know them now. They know she's part of those who were on the front thing now, the money thing. So she knows what is going on in the money, but she's a signatory to that money. Asuka is there. Simon is there also. Even if he's not a signatory, but of course he knows how. He said that he knows what is happening with the money. So which means that all the stealing and thieving, he knows about it. Including the ones, Azuka will tell you that your house is burnt, and then they will take money from there and say they are going to fix it. And then that's all. They say Nigeria government came to blow up the house. They brought armor tank to blow up their house that is still standing strong. Only fire in they just set light fire in one particular place. And they said the house was shot at with a tanker. Do you know what it means to shoot a house? It just appeared in a residential place with armor tank at close range. For God's sake. Oh, sometimes when I think about this, I just wonder how foolish some of our people are. But anyways, I'm going to end this broadcast here. I want to appreciate you, especially Ego, and Ifeanyi. Good for thank God for your messages. I appreciate you guys for your messages. Tomorrow morning, but hopefully by God's grace, 7 p.m. Biafra time, 7 a.m. Biafra time, I'll speak on the issue of the Nigeria situation and the Nigeria and Biafra situation, or the temperature of the people, regarding Nigeria and Biafra, and the deep-seated things that are going on. Can never polish a rotten wood; it will still turn out decay and rotten. That's This is a final note message. I like this message. Rotten wood, it will still come out decayed and rotten. So put the stuff on it, spray it. All. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If it's morning, enjoy your morning. If it's afternoon, enjoy your afternoon. If it's night, enjoy your night rest. And to watch them, they have been managed because they come to realize, when they come to realize that they have been deceived, and they have been deceived, they will now come to truth, and then they will be looking for this message. Nothing but the truth, holding on to the truth. Please share this broadcast on all your social media platforms, and at the same time, please subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. It helps us reach out to your followers. Once you like, it has a way of this particular broadcast and all of that, so it helps us. Please help share. Thank you so much. Ifeanyi says ESN was the goal finisher for it. Honestly, if I tell you how this ESN thing pays me, ESN is, oh Lord have mercy. ESN, if only they had just not done any other thing, just sustain ESN and then use ESN for that February election, my God, MAZI and KANU will be out now. But here they are talking nonsense on social media when they know that they actually want MAZI and KANU there to remain there, in achieving for greater goals to compel Nigeria for a Biafra referendum. The same way, it's just like what is happening today. Israel, Hamas takes some Israel. We have about 130 Israelis still under Hamas. Still held by Hamas now. Hamas says, stop the fight. We would release your men. The citizens are putting pressure on the government. Stop the fight so that Hamas will release the captives. And government says, okay, we are still discussing, but because they are considering those people that are still in captivity. So they are weighing the options. The election would have been the tool to put the Nigeria contraption and Britain in that position of weighing the options. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or we will not allow this election. You can postpone it as much as you like, but it won't hold. These are weapons we are holding now, as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said. We have taken over the borders and the military. Oh my God, there are so many ideas, but I don't want to say them here on social media. I don't want to say them on social media. Then you will see that they would easily bring out Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will not want to sit down. We'll now give them our conditions. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu too will have a voice to speak at that point in time. This is what it is. But they just messed everything up, and they still have the guts, and people still have the guts to be shouting Odogu on social media, promoting this evil people everywhere. Put the one in Finland and other people jumping around wherever they are in Kuwait and other places. Now look at the man in there, thinking that we would have, in his mind, he will be saying these people cannot take action with common sense. Some of them are afraid of doing anything so that they don't deport them from where they are. Very afraid, because they feel Britain has a relationship with all those places, they will deport them. So they keep playing ball, playing dancing, just manipulating themselves. ESN was the goal finisher for MNK in achieving for far greater goal to compel Nigeria for a BIAFRA referendum, but DOS and Simon destroyed ESN in a bid to set up their own loyal security factions. That's it. Everybody wants to be in control, just like one called Dikemba now is running around. He wants to also be in control. He tried and tried and tried. He wants to get a number of ESN people and talk to them and try to gather them around himself. Get people who will be funding them, and then now he'll now be in charge. And then he will now rebel against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Rebel against to hell with everybody. We are now in charge. Now, so we are talking and made people understand this guy is a criminal. Now he's talking about cleansing everywhere. What do you want to cleanse? You go, you want a consul who is late. He said he wants to cleanse the land because of the blood of Igos and other people. Now, if you cleanse the land for today, tomorrow now, Fulani will kill some people. Nigerian military will kill some people. Simon and his group will kill some people. All those militia groups will kill some people. Who will cleanse the one of tomorrow? So that means we will be doing cleansing every day. That's what it means. So Israel is busy cleansing the land every day. Look at how they killed the Israelis. Did they wait for cleansing? See how Hamas entered into the territory, killed their men, killed their people who are partying, killed them, all of them. All those people are human beings too. Did they think of sitting down and say, oh, we need to do cleansing? They sat down to decisive action. Form the unity government. It is war. They said they have declared war. That's what reasonable people do. Kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a declaration of war, if you don't know. They kidnapped him in another territory with another passport and tortured him for 8 days, brought him back, locked him in their dungeon, still insulted everybody in the nation by on the 15th of December, telling you that they are going to take back the case to High Court. And you are telling me about cleansing and all of that. So painful. Look at the beautiful thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, ESN and all that. By now, we would have been talking about free. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have been free. We were discussing with these ESN people. We saw that they were not being funded. We called that man, that guy in Finland. Come, let's discuss with you. Let's have discussions with these people. These people said they are not being funded. Rather, he went on social media to insult people, to insult us. We are calling him to do the right thing. He's coming to social media to insult. And some of you are supporting him. When I want to talk, say, please don't talk, and we know he's wrong. Don't talk. Someone will send me a private message, and please calm down. Two-faced people. Calm down. See, don't say anything. I know he has insulted, what he said is wrong. And calm down. Those same people are still jubilating and calling him Odogu. Some of them are even insulting me. There's one they call Tombi or something, came to put a nasty stuff on one of my posts. There's one they call what's the name? One of these girls whom he's always praising. They know he's wrong. How can you know somebody is wrong and you are still praising the person? And the person who is right, you are telling the person not to speak. And you want a government, or you want a system, or you want a nation of truth. You are not serious yet. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk more of this tomorrow. Thank you so much. I thank you guys for your messages, Ego and Fine. And any other person who is truthful on this platform, please share this broadcast, like the video, please like it. It's very important. Like it. Because when you like it, your followers or the people who are with you will have a prompt of it. When you subscribe also, it will help us reach out to your followers and all of that to be part of it. So it will prompt them whenever we come up. It's very, very important because the truth will not be restricted. We have to expand. The evil people have decided to go away. They don't want to watch again. And look, they'll still watch tomorrow, but we still need to get more truthful people into the fold. And it is the effort we put in, letting people to like it, letting people to subscribe, you subscribing and liking and sharing on all social media platforms. Whether you belong to the platform or not, share. Let them get the message. That is how we spread. And that's why the truth will move far and wide. And the truth will make us free. Thank you so much, all. I appreciate you guys this evening where I am, and it's getting late, so I need to drop it here. And then also, I know some of you need to relax and do what you have to do too. Wherever you are, God bless you very good, and enjoy the rest of the day, the night, or the evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. God bless you. I love you guys. Those of you standing on the path of truth, you are part of the truth family, and everyone in the truth family, I say kudos to you. And thank